Hello everyone, and welcome to my tutorial on using single slot tames. That means any tameable monster or creature that requires one control slot. You can have up to 8 of these at a time. You'll see I commonly use 5. When you use more than 5 tames at a time, you'll see a lot of diminishing returns in terms of damage and control, and I'll show you why that is when we switch to 8 here. First thing to notice here is that you now have 9 health bars to keep track of, including your own. The maximum amount of other health bars is 10, meaning you already have 8 taken. You can have 2 mobs targeted at a time. Any more than that and you start dropping your own pet's health bars, which can be a real problem. The next problem that you will literally run into is your tames, because they will block you from getting to your loot, your corpse, getting out from behind walls. A lot of situations they're going to be blocking you because there's just so many of them. Also, with this many, you're going to have trouble keeping them all in line because not all are going to listen to you all the time. Let's look at some of the solutions for when you get stuck or blocked in by your tames. One of the easiest and quickest ways to get out of this, of course, is to push through your tames again, which means you need to keep your stamina full. You can do this with a refresh pot or a lightweight food like I have here. The food restores about 5 stamina, which is about all you lose when you push through your tames. So it's a simple solution you can just keep with you. Now if you're using 7 tames and a mount, you can still get blocked in by your tames or just stuck in general when using the all follow me command. So I'm going to show you a quick follow command you can set up that'll help prevent that. Start this command by having 2 tames follow you, then target 2 other tames to follow the first 2, and then target 2 more tames to follow the next ones, and so on, so you create a train-like effect. Once moving around with this, it should look like a double line following you. Let's talk about damage with 8 tames. When attacking any mob in an open area, you will find you have the problem of 2 or sometimes 3 of your tames not even getting to the target until the fight's over. This situation gets even worse if the mob is up against a wall. You'll usually get maybe 4 or 5 of them attacking him, and the rest will just be running around behind it. So because of the damage control and maneuverability, I tend to stay with 5 tames and then a 6 as a mount. Also, you'll see I use a dexer, which means it's useful if I can actually get next to the mob, do some damage, and stay close enough to heal my tames. Now let's talk about healing. I'm using veterinary here, which heals 60 to 80 hit points every time I use it. And for a dexer like mine that has 100 dex, it's going to take 3 seconds. If you have 75 dex, it's about 4 seconds. 45 dex is about 5 seconds, and at 25 dex you're looking at 6 seconds. Now you can of course not take veterinary and just use magery for greater heal and cure. There's just 2 disadvantages to this, one being that if you are focusing all your mana on healing your pets, your character is probably unable to add any damage to the fight. Also, long sustained fights like boss fights, you're probably going to run out of mana, and at that point your tames will likely die. So try and make a character that can keep your pets alive, and I hope you've learned a few things about single slot tames.